Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello everybody, welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always I'm joined by my good buddy Tax Williams.
We're back from our holiday / wedding / impossible to shift colds.
Yeah man, we always have a bit of a break in the summer it seems, so we've taken a couple of weeks off, but it's nice to hear your voice again. We've just been bullshitting for a little bit, and obviously for reference for people in the future, we've been in lockdown for the last however many years at this point, and so I only ever get to hear your voice occasionally, and it's nice, man.
No, I said it's, as we've spoken on previous pods, I'm looking forward to when you get the date for your house sorted, because then you will finally let me take you, your daughter, and your now wife out for lunch at a fancy pub restaurant.
Hell yeah. We're getting closer and closer.
Surf and turf, lobster and filet mignon. That's what he's going for.
We don't do fishy stuff in this house.
Lobster's a completely different level.
I don't mean to disappoint, but what's a lobster like? Go on.
Underrated. Sorry, overrated.
Really?
Overrated.
Okay.
It's all right. It's nice. I like the fact that you instantly assumed that I would have been a connoisseur of lobster.
Was I correct?
Of course you are. The first time I had lobster, and this sounds like this is on that food podcast, which, another reputable human who sounds a lot like me is also part of with Coach Wicked.
You should go listen to that food podcast. There's some lovely people that do it.
They sound very familiar, but my first experience of lobster, I was on a snowboarding trip between Christmas and New Year with my friends.
I'm holding my nose in the air to you. My silver spoon is falling out my arse right now.
That's right. My 3 are still up there.
That was the implication, but yeah, carry on.
No, but the thing is, you have to learn to keep them in, because that's how you stay so tight and wealthy and upper middle class.
Do you walk around with a book on your head at home?
I have to keep the posture.
Good man.
But so we were on the snowboarding trip. This is me and a group of my friends. And when we arrived, the first thing I said,
"Ooh, snowboarding friend."
Well, I couldn't
resist that. That's a terrible, bad, I shouldn't, carry on.
I'd never been snowboarding or skiing before, but my friends were very adamant skiers twice a year. You know?
I just stay in the chalet and look at the babes.
I mean, in fairness, there was a chalet with an outdoor pool. There's nothing more enjoyable than going a swimming pool that's surrounded by snow until you then realise, fuck, I've got to walk back to the chalet.
Emphasis on the D.
Yep. But
Beautiful.
When we got there on the Boxing Day, I said, surely, as we're going to be here on New Year's Eve, we should probably go to one of these restaurants and book a table for New Year's Eve. And the rest of the party said, no, it'll be absolutely fine. Cut to 2 days before New Year's Eve, so December the 29th. And we went everywhere, and it was all booked. Other than one place who had a set menu, which is about €90 a head, when €1 was not equivalent of £1 back in the day, old young folk. And the main course was lobster. So there's me and my friend Mike, who are just sat there fighting with our lobsters on our plate. We're picking them up going, yeah.
When you said fighting with your lobsters, I meant trying to break it open with a hammer or whatever. But no, you mean you were role-playing with your lobsters like they're action figures or something.
Of course we were. Big Lobster
Good
and
man,
Lobby McLobberson, probably. But
Dropkick lobster.
But then when we were on our...
It's a shame for fame, lobster head.
But then when we were on a cruise... Oh, it's getting worse.
Fucking hell.
And my wife had lobster.
I skipped over the reference of the Boxing Day. Let's move on, shall we?
And then when me and my wife were on a cruise several years ago, she was having surf and turf, which was really, really fancy, fillet steak and a lobster, where a man came over with a little hammer and broke and cracked every little bit of lobster out on her plate for her because she didn't want to do it, correctly so.
Wow.
I mean, more for me, because 2 days later I found out my wife was pregnant and my life was fucking ruined forever. But it's a good thing we've got this podcast.
Well, you cut that story off. Where was that story going?
Oh, no, just more about lobster. You asked about lobster.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. This is part 2 of our Enter the Dragon series. Daniel Bryan's run to WrestleMania 30, Triple X, sexy. I promise
Enter the Brie mode. Enter the Dragon.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck. Fuck!
Doesn't
Ruined
matter.
it.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. We're doing Raw from the 27th of Jan 2014, but we haven't spoken for a while, so I think we're just going to bullshit for a bit, and eventually we'll get onto the wrestling. But, you know, you don't come here for that. You come here for us, right, listener?
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with the fact that we watched this episode maybe 2, possibly 3 weeks ago, and the memory is a little bit sketchy.
It was quite a while ago. I watched a few bits. I finished work early today. If you're listening, Ollie, no, I didn't. I work very hard. I work all the hours. Please pay me. But I finished work a bit early today, and I skipped through a few bits of the show to kind of try and remind myself. Because honestly, I was sitting here going, right, so we're doing the Run of Dragon at WrestleMania to WrestleMania 30. They did the Royal Rumble where Batista won. I couldn't remember a fucking thing that happened on this show because my memory is pretty terrible. It's not to say nothing memorable happened on this show, but we'll get to that, I guess. But I mean, I got married. You've been on a holiday. Apparently, you have something to tell me about this holiday because you did mention save it for the pod. So, how was your holiday?
Well, as I've mentioned, my snowboarding holiday with my friends. I've mentioned my lovely cruise around the Nordics. I have had many lovely holidays to the Americas. I've had lovely holidays in the UK.
Stop showing off, you dirty cunt, and tell the story.
No, this is for context. This holiday,
I'm just being mean for the laughs. It's all good.
This holiday was probably the worst holiday I have ever been on.
England.
How dare you? Because when I went to the Isle of Wight 2 years ago, it was one of the nicest holidays I've been on. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but I like the Isle of Wight. I think I will retire there.
I went to the Isle of Wight as a kid. I ran up a hill. I ran back down the hill to see my mum and I just saw a fairy.
And my brother then went home.
Jokes. Got jokes all day.
Yeah. But so picture this. Upper middle class family. The Miller, the Williams. The Tex Williams family.
You can take out the bit of middle class. I think the game's up here, by the
way. We arrived at our rental cottage in Somerset.
Rental palatial mansion, I think you're.
Well, I wish it was, Rich. I wish it was.
Oh, okay.
Because
where this is going. Is it too poor for you, was it? Too many poor people?
Pretty much.
The plebs were out.
Well, we arrived.
The proletariat. Fuck them all.
We'd booked a 2-bedroom cottage, which was very nice. But
not enough bedrooms, Tax. Not enough bedrooms.
Well, plenty enough bedrooms, just not enough doors.
Oh, God. What do you mean?
So my daughter's bedroom was on a mezzanine floor, but it was closed off by curtains, not
You said
by
a word
door.
there I didn't understand.
Second floor.
Okay.
Sorry, first floor.
Stupid.
Her bedroom basically did not have a door. It had curtains. So it meant me and my wife had to sit in silence till 8:30, 9 o'clock every night after I put her to bed because she would hear the terrible Freeview television in the front room. Also, her bedroom had a skylight where the blind didn't cover it, so natural light coming through at sunrise at 4:45 every morning. So I'll wake at 4:45 every fucking morning of the holiday.
The bane of every parent's life is the sun at this time of year. For fuck's sake, just go away. Let my kids sleep, please.
Arrived at the holiday cottage.
Yeah.
There was a strong smell of damp here, but obviously it'd been raining and I'd been to Peppa Pig World on the way there. I don't know where my wife or daughter had been.
Banner. Bait and switch. I love it. That was good.
But
that's funny.
I arrived and I thought, crikey, I smell very damp. But it wasn't me. That was just BO. I didn't smell of damp. No, that was the holiday cottage that smelled of damp.
Oh, goody. It's just what you want.
And the night we'd arrived, obviously being poured down with rain on at Peppa Pig World. Actually, quick sidebar, Peppa Pig World. My daughter queued up to have a photograph with Peppa and George. We got to the front of the queue. Peppa fucked off for a snack. Didn't come back out, so she just had to photograph with fucking George.
Fucking pigs.
I'm gonna swine assholes. But yeah, we were freezing.
Well, hang on. What the fuck's that about? Pepper? It's literally the world is named after this fucking pig, and it can be bothered to stick around to have a photo with your kid.
Well, my kid is a cock, so it doesn't surprise me.
Well, hang on. I mean, all kids are cocks basically, but it's kind of their job to please kids, right? That's the whole point of Kids World or whatever, like some generic name. you
Yeah,
know?
and would you believe it? My daughter was not overly impressed that Pepper fucked off and then was just left with George. More
No
importantly, I
fucking
think
shit. That's traumatizing stuff, dude. That's awful.
and I think what was more upsetting is that Pepper tried to walk off and George tried to go off for a snack, and George's boss turned around and went, "No, you have to stay."
Wow.
So,
Jesus.
but in fairness, Peppa Pig World, not too bad. The highlight for
Hmm.
me was nothing to do with Peppa Pig. My daughter wanted to watch the pirate show there twice. So
I like pirates.
yeah, I mean, so do I. But not in the pissing rain where there's no seating. And nice man at the holiday park told me I couldn't sit on the floor.
Like 4D cinema. It's like the ocean going over your face, no?
Well, maybe. But anyway, I was freezing cold, as were the rest of the team Tex Williams. We arrived at this damp-smelling cottage to realise it only had storage heaters, you know, heating for the poor.
Almost in my house buying process, right? Because I'm in that process right now, lovely listener. We did look at one house and immediately only had storage heaters and no gas. And immediately I looked into what alternatives there are, because I had a house that I rented once that had storage heaters in. Yeah, fucking shits. They're the worst, aren't they?
When I had a storage heater in my flat, which I referred to as the crack den because it looked so grimy and was really not becoming of me, I had to heat it up. I had to heat the place up with the oven. I was like, "Oh, it's cold. Turn the oven on." So,
Nice.
but anyway, so we got.
Please tell me the oven was gas.
No.
Oh, because that would have been extra funny, but okay.
Sadly not. But anyway, so back to the holiday cottage. And then the next night, so after freezing our nuts off and it was horribly cold, next night, pissing down with rain, sideways rain, and I looked up and I was like, "Oh, the roof is leaking." Next morning, glorious sunshine. I was like, "Oh, that makes a change." Went out, did something, came back. I'll just make this jam sandwich for Harriet. Really hot sunny day. Unsurprisingly, the house is now really hot. Open the jam jar. What the fuck's this? Loads of ants have just appeared out of nowhere. There's an ant infestation in this cottage. So
Are you kidding?
I messaged
Jeez.
the cottage owners who are on site because they basically got their big land and they've got individual cottages and hovels, well, the one we were in. And they messaged back saying, "Oh, we'll come and sort the ants out tomorrow. We know about the rain. We just haven't got round to fixing it. So don't fucking rent out the cottage then."
What kind of fucking response is that? Oh, I'll deal with the ants while you're on holiday. 24 hours? By the way, we know there's a leak in the roof. We didn't fucking fix it or tell you. But it's okay. We will. Promise.
But
Fuck.
on a positive, their internet was fucking brilliant. Super fast, really good. Downloaded all my Warhammer games through Steam that I haven't been bothered to download at home because my internet's really slow.
Nice.
Good use of time. And also got to watch Eurovision while I was there. So everyone loves the Eurovision Song Contest. I enjoyed that immensely, as we tweeted openly about.
Yeah. Da 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 CZW.
I do like the fact that CZW, and then also the really angry Ukrainian lady who dressed up as a peacock. That was one of my favourites. It's great.
I don't remember. I remember the German one. That was really funny. And it was like, I may be gay, but you can beat me up. I'm happy. I don't feel hate. And you're like, what? These lyrics are very strange. Fuck.
I always loved Eurovision when I was younger, and I used to put on like subtitles on teletext. Well, it would have been CFAX. It was on BBC. And when I realised I enjoyed it, I think it was the Danish entry. And we're talking about maybe 1996, 1997. And then the man was dancing erotically with a lady, and the translation was singing about injecting her with his rivers of caramel and honey.
Gunge all over the place.
He's gunging everywhere off the Eurovision stage. But in fairness, there were some nice highlights on the day. Went to Western Supermare, so that was nice. And also, to really add to this before we go into the pod, so we needed, as we've got young child, we needed to stop somewhere on the way home from driving from Somerset back to Tex Williams' palatial mansion.
Whiskey factory, I'm assuming at this point.
Well, I don't drink. So.
Oh yeah, you don't, do you? Did your missus drink?
Yeah, but not whiskey.
Okay, fair enough.
So
that's what we do when we're on holiday.
So on the way back, we're like, "Where's a stopping point?" And my wife said, look, here's a location. And I was like, interesting. But we have to join up to be members to go here. And I was like, don't worry, I'll sort this out. I've got club card vouchers. So I signed up for the membership of this establishment, which
Cheap and posh, listeners.
well, you'll find out why in a second. So obviously, I got
Go
my
on.
membership, and I read through the instructions. And if you attend any of these venues as a member of this place, I'll reveal in a second, you can take a family guest with you, and a family and a child, and they don't pay any extra. So I didn't need to pay for 3 memberships; it was just mine.
Nice.
So we were driving back round to the M25 into the location, because I had to park in the car park, as I am now a member of the Royal Horticultural Society.
Hey, look at you.
And as we stopped at RHS Risley on the way home, I have never felt so out of place in my life before.
Did you bring a boater, maybe? that would help.
That would have helped, as opposed to sitting there in the Cardinal Sin. I was wearing my own my own merch. So I was wearing a Tex Williams t-shirt, shorts, tattoos out, an ECW trucker cap.
Oh, nice. Well, you say this, right? But if you're in a posh crowd, they're a bit Brexity usually, right? And your t-shirt has lots of pound signs on it. I occasionally worry about wearing your t-shirt because it has pound signs on it, and people think I'm going to be some Brexiteer or something. You know?
Can you imagine that as a gimmick for Tex Williams if he ever returns?
Brexit means Brexit, strong and stable.
Well, do you not remember that Will Power started using that as part of Wicked Inc. and they kept going, "We're strong and stable."
It's good shit, man.
I mean, so
excuse me.
Before we go into the pod, should we actually talk about what's been happening in wrestling? AEW's good, isn't it?
Yeah. The AEW show is really fucking good. It's Double or Nothing 2021. The first show with crowds back that was outstanding. That triple threat was one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. WWE, on the other hand, is intolerably bad.
I mean, it's funny you should say about, not remembering anything about Raw. It's a shame we're not covering modern times, because I get the impression if we watched it 6 months ago, we could have reviewed the show, because it sounds like it's all the same. Although it's nice they've brought back, Virgil, Cody, and Trish Stratus's face guard for Sheamus, so that's good.
Yeah, it's odd.
Someone's been in the warehouse of props, and they've gone, "Oh fuck, we haven't used this for a while. Give it to Sheamus, it'll be fine."
Subtly segueing to 2014. Do you find that when you're watching these shows in 2014, that you're almost judging it in comparison with today's product?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the 3-hour Raw is the prime example. And considering, listener, if you've only really just started, if you're new to the podcast or you're new to wrestling in like the last 5 years, this time was before the network.
Yeah, like they talk about introducing the WWE network on these shows, don't they?
Yeah.
Like it's funny in that whenever we did like the WCW run or the TNA run, I didn't really think as I was watching it, where does this go to, or where does this lead today's modern product to, or whatever, or what significance it really had. I was just watching the shows for what they were. And I tried doing that with these shows, but every time I'm watching it going, oh yeah, this is still the main event now, 6 years later, with no fans. So it's kind of odd, man.
Well, this is what we've said on
the running thought I had concurrently throughout watching this show, even like skipping through it earlier. I was just like, wow, this is strange. I just can't stop thinking about the modern product while watching this.
And this is what we said during the prequel episode and when we covered Rumble 2014 on our last episode. If you missed it, go back and listen to it on our archives, worldofwrestlingpodcast.com. Everything is the same. There's nothing. The good wrestlers have left. I mean, we mentioned it at the Rumble. Punk's gone, and we've now got Dragon left.
There definitely feels like humongous missed opportunities. It feels like they had the chance to make some serious stars, and they haven't done it. Cough, Aleister Black, cough, Braun Strowman,
Well, they'll be fine in New Japan, and I mean, Zack Ryder's gone off to GCW. So.
That was awesome. Pretending to be Mox under the hood, then unveiling it to be Zack Ryder is ultimate heel heat. That's well funny.
This was the beef with Nick Gage, and Zack Ryder started over a T-shirt, obviously planting the seed, wasn't it?
Twitter merch, all that sort of bollocks, yeah. Anyway, so we're doing Raw, the 27th of January 2014, Monday Night Raw. World Wrestling Entertainment, obviously. This was broadcast live on the USA Network. Where was it broadcast in the UK, Tax?
Would have been broadcast on Sky Sports blank. I think it would have been Sky Sports
Exactly.
3 at this stage in the UK.
Yeah, I think it was still 3 at this time. Live though, which is pretty good. This did a 3.2 on the rating, which is pretty good.
Well, that's a good thing because they've done exactly the same thing on Monday, and I think they have only lost 2 million viewers since 2014 to doing exactly the same show without fans on Monday.
It's working out, isn't it? So commentary team is the same 3-man booth we had for the pay-per-view. Jerry Lawler, JBL, and Michael Cole. We'll obviously talk about them as we go through the show. We open on a photo montage of events from the Rumble.
Because we can't show the live footage because it's on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I always thought it was a bit weird because they kind of show like really, really slow motion replays where they almost look like photos at time, and then they are just showing photos as well. And I always thought that, WWE, you own this footage, right? Like, could you not just show a little clip and like maybe that would entice people to watch it more?
People might want to buy the replay.
Yeah, but I always thought that, I don't know why these like photo montages, I always used to watch them and be like, why wouldn't you show a clip? Like, that would make me want to buy it more. Like, if I look at a silly gif of a Young Bucks match or something that happened in New Japan, I'm trying not to spoil the big thing that happened this week. If I see one of those moments or one of those spots, I'm much more inclined to go watch it than just seeing a photo. I don't know, is it just me?
I mean, I don't think we can even start judging WWE business protocols, can we?
I know my brain's a bit weird sometimes, so I have to ask these questions, but whatever. We open into a wide shop high up in the arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Triple H's Kings of Kings music hits immediately as Michael Cole.
Boo.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. I thought you'd forgotten the gimmick then. Cole says, we are on the road to WrestleMania. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. As unpredictability ruled at the Royal Rumble event. You can fucking say that again. Unpredictability.
The only unpredictable element was Punk got a concussion.
Yeah. And Dragon wasn't the guy they put in. They didn't even put him in the fucking match tags.
Well, was it planned? Ooh, we'll find out.
No. So anyway, Triple H and Steph get their intros by Justin Roberts. And as Triple H squeezes Steph so hard her head is consumed by her own boobies, Cole,
boo,
continues. As the authority obviously giddy, tonight after a very successful Royal Rumble event, sold out in Pittsburgh last night. Sentences don't necessarily make sense, but he's getting the point across.
Oh, Michael Cole. Good thing he's trained up Jimmy Smith to be able to tolerate McMahon in the headset. I suppose that's one good thing from Raw these days.
I haven't watched an episode of Raw yet with him on commentary.
No professionals.
I mean, he's not a wrestling guy. He's an MMA guy. But I do like his commentary. It'd be interesting to see how long he lasts.
And he's not a baseball guy. He's not a baseball guy, so at least he's got some... he can call the occasional move. Oh, look, The Miz is trying to lock in a Kimura, but what he's actually trying to do is hump his leg.
Yeah. So I watched the Floyd Mayweather-Logan Paul boxing match this weekend. I'm assuming you didn't.
No, because I don't want to waste money.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't waste money, let's put it that way. I did waste quite a bit of time on it. To be fair, I was playing Counter-Strike the whole time, so it doesn't really count. Just on in the background. But Mauro Ranallo was commentating that whole event. And I couldn't help but just be like, WWE had this guy. And they were like, we couldn't like stop our dickhead people being bullies to this amazing fucking talent to the point where he was like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Like, what kind of company lets this guy go and lets other people fucking bully him? You know what I mean? Like, it's Mauro fucking Ranallo. He's the best.
Look at the list of people they have released or haven't been able to find anything to do with. Now, again, I'm not in the boat of people going, they're releasing them all during a global pandemic. Oh, they're bastards, money-grabbing bastards. It's a case of, well, at the end of the day, people, they're independent contractors. It isn't right, but the main gripe should be, should these people have been better talent, been utilised better on screen? I don't think everyone's like, like the people kicking off about Eve Marie. They're like, they got rid of these people. They've got Eve Marie because you're complaining about Eve Marie. Ruby Riott is a million times better wrestler, but there's nobody online going, you know who really needs to be on TV? Ruby Riott. Until they get rid of Ruby Riott and they go, fucking Eva Marie. Ruby Riott should have that job, and they've got Eva Marie. Blah, 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 blah. They released Samoa Joe, but Pat McAfee's on commentary. Blah, blah, blah. Because it isn't a wrestling company anymore. It's an entertainment and social media company. That's what it is. And that's why we see the same shit every day. They just need clicks. They've gone the cultaholic route. They just need clicks.
I mean, I don't want to badmouth rivals in the YouTube world or whatever. I'll badmouth WWE though. Like, I think to give these people who are complaining, as you're saying, their dues or whatever, I think they are aspiring for something more than just a media company. I think they hope that WWE will eventually become a really good wrestling company. I think they're barking up the wrong tree at this point. I think it's a lost cause.
Isn't it interesting?
Like WCW in 2000,
Everyone went for years complaining and saying all the guys from ROH who are fantastic wrestlers should be in WWE. And the interesting thing we've got now is the quality of in-ring action in WWE is probably the best it's ever been, but there's no stories because creative is shit. Wrestlers don't have the balls in a pandemic to turn around and go, no, this is shit. And that's, everyone will blame creative and they'll blame Vince McMahon, and that's fine. But I guarantee you, during the Attitude Era, would you see Steve Austin? I mean, he didn't. He fucking picked up his ball and left if he didn't like creative. Can you imagine someone like Humberto Carrillo turn around and go to Vince McMahon, actually, Vince, this is a really shit idea? Because he's like, thank you for my paycheck, Mr. McMahon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Yeah, it's just weird times. Like, I wish their creative was better and we could have more competition. And I think they've buried themselves, if I'm totally honest. I think they had opportunity to do stuff. Like, look at these 2014 shows. If they'd have tried to make CM Punk a star, if they'd really made Daniel Bryan a star and really, really stuck with it, and then I think they could have done it. And then it feels like they tried to at later dates and stuff, especially with Dragon. But I feel like they missed their opportunities so often. Like, who can't make Braun Strowman a star? Look at the guy.
I wonder still with Braun Strowman. You remember back to Great Balls of Fire when Lesnar was like, calm the fuck down, and then laid into Braun Strowman. I wonder if that was the turning point. And when Lesnar,
would you have ever told Brody to calm down? Would you ever tell Stan Hansen to calm down? What about Stone Cold Steve Austin? You know what I mean? Like, it seems so stupid that would be the thing that stops you. I think this company's become so petty,
Well, that's the problem. It is petty. And then what are we going to do to get Braun?
Rocky, could you not be mean to Billy Gunn, please? Like, what?
Exactly, but they're going with the whole, again, publicly traded company BS. But as you said with Braun Strowman, I don't think he helped himself. I think what always happened with Braun, when he negotiated his new contract, because he knew his worth, he got his money, but then they were like, okay, we'll give you your money because you've actually understood the value of you, but we are going to kill your value right now, sort of thing.
Yeah. The other thing that I couldn't stop thinking about when they said they released Braun was how many film and TV opportunities Miz, Orton, Big Show, people like that got. When you look at a guy like Braun and you hear him talk out of character and you're like, dude, this guy is obviously a movie star. He could be Andre Princess Bride. So many opportunities missed. It feels such a shame. And honestly, if I was him, I'd go straight to Hollywood because he will find roles.
Yeah.
Easy. Massive, high-paid roles.
You've mentioned this before on the pod as well about sort of his crossover commercial appeal, because he's a very personable chap. He's got a wonderful life story to follow on. And, especially the year he main evented WrestleMania 36 against Goldberg, because Roman was like, I'm not fucking coming to work. And
yeah. Well, rightfully so, to be honest. But...
And Braun wasn't even on the card that year. Yeah. So it goes to show how little interest they have in it. And also that Swamp Pit match just finished him off. I think, unfortunately... and you can read between the lines of whatever you want on the dirt sheet sites, and I hope Bray is doing well. But it is unfortunate that every gimmick match that Bray has, other than the original Firefly Funhouse, everything he's touched has just turned to shit.
Bruh, if you're Bray and thinking about how you've been booked over the last couple of years, especially after you gave them the Firefly Funhouse and they're at their worst and their weakest, if you had the opportunity to sit home and get paid until your contract run out, wouldn't you do it?
Hands down. I mean, the
Yeah,
fact they've
fucking
given
right.
Alexa Bliss his gimmick is like
Don't.
fucking
Don't. It's a fucking puppet,
hell.
mate. Do you remember the whole
Dangerous
Chucky
Alexa.
Chucky WCW thing? That
Oh,
is
God.
their main event on Raw. That's their main event, dude. A mocked fucking classic moment in WCW's awful history. It's Raw's main event nowadays. What? It's fucking stupid.
Well,
But if the puppet becomes world heavyweight champion, then we're okay because that's funny.
yeah, exactly. Everyone loves a puppet. But
Yeah.
the good thing about this Raw from this time period, at least you knew where you stood. You'd always have Triple H and Stephanie opening the show with a promo.
I say we're already half an hour into the pod. We should probably fly through some of this. So basically, we cut some photos of chaos of Brock wrecking the Big Show,
Which was
chair
great,
shots.
as we said.
Yeah. Cole has a brilliant call here. He calls it borderline criminal. I was like, oh, that's a great line. Tons of signs in the crowd, way more than I remembered there being in 2014. This felt like an Attitude Era show almost. To start with, at least.
Yeah, I keep seeing the picture of Daniel Bryan walking down in SmackDown where someone held a sign up and said, "Yeah, this sign wasted paper."
That's pretty good. Excuse me, got a bit of a frog in my throat. Hold on.
Shouldn't be eating frogs.
Yeah, true. I'm not cutting it either. So Seth starts to talk, but the crowd interrupt her immediately with yes chants. And Dragon is super over, obviously, because of the Royal Rumble last night. And, he's a fucking star. Steph plays it off like their chants for them. It's really funny.
Because she says, yes, it was one of the most satisfying Royal Rumbles in history.
Yeah, Steph is brilliant here. Triple H, not so much. He's just kind of doing a baby voice and mocking the fans. Oh, didn't everybody get what they wanted? Buh, 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 buh. I'm like, come on, dude, you're better than this. Steph is hilarious, though.
Steph on the mic is out. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And then Shane rolled away, obviously. Because Steph is outstanding. She is.
Yeah, she's great.
And you can see why she's heir to the throne, and she is Vince's daughter. Just on being able to have that skill and play up that horrible arsehole character, she's top draw.
Triple H puts over Orton beating Cena, Lesnar destroying Show, Davey Drax the Destroyer winning the Rumble. Steph tells us there is one more stop on the way to Mania, the Elimination Chamber. Ooh. WWE's ability to tell you what's coming up weeks in advance and their production in general is undoubtedly the best in the industry for many, 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 many years. Massive complaint I always had with TNA and WCW and any other companies that came along is they would never do this. And we're like, well, literally the day after the Royal Rumble, we're already telling you what's coming up. Really, really great.
But when we announce that Orton is going to have to defend the title in the Elimination Chamber, who comes out?
The
Olympics.
Our hero of the story. Different song, by the way, but okay.
That was the whole idea of the joke. It was an attempted Friends joke.
Oh, okay. Don't watch Friends, man. I'm better than that. JBL tells us he always wanted wings, but you don't always get what you want. And Cole responds by going, go to a restaurant. Do you get it? Because in America, you can order chicken wings at a restaurant.
Ha!
Do you get it?
Because one of them's fire, one of them's chicken wings. Do you get it?
Dragon cuts a sarcastic promo shitting on Triple H and Steph. Puts over his awesome match. Triple H shits on it. Oh, you had a good little effort. His promo here is awful, but Dragon's pretty good. Dragon addresses the fact that he wasn't in the Rumble match and listened to the people. They wanted it too. First mention of the yes movement on the pod here, Tax.
It is. And as you said, Triple H's promo here was just to not make it seem like a good segment. I get the impression, genuinely, like Triple H is doing this very half-assed promo. I just think he was trying to kill the segment to try and get bad reviews. So the opening segment, the reviewers go, oh, the opening segment with Triple H, Stephanie, and Daniel Bryan was really bad. So they didn't, to try and take some of the steam off him. I wonder if that's part of the reason he was this bad, because Triple H is a very, very good promo. This was not it.
Yeah, it genuinely feels like Triple H had a plan that was going to be Orton and Batista in the main event of WrestleMania. Dragons got so over, there's no denying it. And either Vince or Steph or whoever is backstage is gone, we should really do this instead. And Trips has gone, fine. And so he's cutting these promos where, again, it does feel like he's trying to shit on everything. He's just trying to kill it dead, as you say.
But Steph comes back, and at this stage with like the classic heel mentality of thinking they'd, I know obviously they were saying it to keep him out of the Rumble, but saying that the story to do it right. So Steph goes on to essentially say that, you know, Dragon's been through a lot lately and didn't want to put him in jeopardy. So they didn't want to put him in 2 matches in one night. And it's like, oh, it's so dastardly to be like, well, we have been putting you in like quadruple threat matches. Maybe we should have given you the night off because we care. And it's like, oh, Stephanie, you evil witch.
She even drops a best for business line here as well.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, Steph, you're really good. Like, better than I remembered. Dragon just relentlessly hits them with logic while the heels bullshit. It's like Pro Wrestling 101. It's really, really good.
It just, and again, throwback to what they've had.
Sore. I'll get over it, I promise. I'm sorry if I'm coughing a little bit for the first little bit. I haven't done a pod in a while. I think I've forgotten how.
But it's the throwback that Dragon made in these matches. Like, I've wrestled handicap matches against the Shield and the Wyatts, and now you give me a night off. It's a throwback to stories, which almost gives it like long-term storytelling logic. They've abused Daniel Bryan, and even at the time when he's in these matches with the Wyatts and with the Shield, it's because that's who you're believing he's feuding with, and now they've nicely turned it into a logical-ish. No, I'm going to say, yeah, they've turned it into a logical move to say, well, look, you've been putting me in these matches, not because it's my feud. You, as the authority of this show, have been booking me in these, putting me in these difficult situations. So, really clever, really good.
Dragon goes, did you come to see Randy Orton? And the crowd go, no. Did you come to see Triple H? And the crowd go, no. Daniel Bryan. It's really good, man. It's so funny. I love the way Steph winds up the crowd as they start chanting as well. And she's really into it.
It's really good as well because the same number of people turned up to that Raw show is the same number of people who turned up to the Thunderdome to see Randy Orton.
Yeah. So basically Daniel Bryan and Triple H get in a staring contest. Triple H goes, it's not just us in this ring. Looks like you've got company. Dum 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 dum. Shitty hack, inbred elephant leopard dicks. So here come the Shield.
The hounds of justice.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, Seth tries to jump in. Dragon fights him off with a chair. Mox tries to jump in, gets fought off with a chair. But
wait,
Roman gets him. It's okay.
Mark. Dean Ambrose.
I couldn't remember his name because I don't care.
Did you not notice where the stop was there? Because I was like, oh, fuck. Dean.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what his name was. Yeah, sure. Oh, you did it as well. I see. Okay. But it's okay. It's a shame for fame. Lobster head. I miss this music so much. Oh, so good. It was so over. I'm like, I understand why they changed it.
That's because there were 2 men in lines. 2 men in lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Sheamus in for the save, but gets beat down by the Shield. So Dragon and Sheamus are getting beaten up by the Shield. But yabadi, here comes John Cena. And the three of them, because they've now got Cena, managed to get the better of the Shield. You know, it's okay. Babyfaces chuck the Shield out. Hot fun. It's fun. Hot start. Establishes heel face upcoming stories. I really loved it. Thought it was a great opening segment.
And, you know, sending John Cena out there to detract away from Daniel Bryan, because then you just get the Cena sucks, let's go Cena chance to try and drown out the yes chance. But also establishing Daniel Bryan in that main event level with John Cena and Lobsterhead.
Yeah, this is Cleveland, so they're WWE fans, but they're not the trying not to use the word smart or educated in a negative way. What else can I say, Dax?
They're more interested in LeBron James. There you go. They're
More interested in what? Sorry?
They're more interested in LeBron James. He was at the Cleveland Cavaliers at some point, was he not?
He was. Sports. So the first match of the night. Oh, yeah. They're going to have a 6-man tag later between the people that are here and blah, 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 blah. The winning team will be entered into the chamber match. All 3 of them. Ooh.
Can they all coexist to unite against the common good? And then we've also got, fallout maybe from the Shield where Roman eliminated Seth and Ambrose the night before. Ooh, tension. Again, there's stakes. There's legitimate, beefy, juicy stakes in the main event. Where people
I'm not
could
sure
actually
how
care.
much I care about it because it's not the story I want to be told. It's like it's delaying. We have to do the chamber first, and then we can go to WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like I want to get to WrestleMania,
But it could get Dragon another title shot.
Yeah, you understand where this is going, obviously.
So before we go into the opening contest, though, how would you set the scene now? Because obviously the main concept of this story is Dragon's rise. We saw him at the prequel where we had the prequel episode where the fans took over at the Champion Ascension or whatever they called it. 'Cause, Victor and Connor were there because it was the Championship Ascension. And
they never won championships. What are you talking about?
Hey, they did an NXT. That's real. That's a real title. So we go into this episode of Raw. So he had a good showing against Bray Wyatt, but didn't have any mic time. He is clearly, on this episode of Raw, already the top babyface of this company. Even when Big Match John came out, Sheamus got a nice pop, so did Cena, but nothing got Dragon's level of support so far, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know what else to say. Dragon's the guy here. He's the focus of the story, or should be. And I was very pleased to see that when Triple H and Steph came out and started cutting their heel shtick or whatever, it was Dragon that was the first person to come out to confront them. They've straight away addressed the issue from last night. They've not just tried to ignore it and they didn't just bring out Batista and have him go to Triple H and be like, I choose Orton or something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Also, they didn't do what they would normally do. We're going to address Daniel Bryan later in the night, so stick around and watch it. It was, for a Raw episode, I'd say quite a hot start.
Yeah, absolutely. So, jumping into our first match of the night, we have Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara, what a team, versus the Real Americans, or the really racist Americans, with Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger, with casual racist Seb Coulter. So, Rey and Cara Unico already in the ring, wearing the matching red and gold. I thought they looked quite cute.
Everyone loves the Luchador team, but the good thing is, with Sin Cara wearing a mask, was it Kalisto? Was it Hunico? Was it
Cara Unico? Yeah.
Well, I was just throwing out. It could be any Luchador with Rey, and it was nice to see Rey with 2 eyes, so that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Cesaro carrying the sign out tonight in all caps, so shouting, says, "Wanted, 2 masked men speaking a foreign language."
Oh, funny.
Casual racist Seb Coulter has a mic. He goes, well, look what El Gato dragged in. I'm like, cake? Callbacks are funny. Seb talks about these Mexican lads being criminals and they should be deported because this is his shtick. He's a racist. So that's, okay. And I guess this is how Trump got elected, right?
Yeah, because luchadors voted for Trump.
I mean, he's literally saying the same thing. Anyway,
Sin Cara jumped over the wall of his trampoline. That's how he got over. That's why I had to build the wall higher.
See, that would be at least a bit funny. Mysterio and Cesaro to start, and I'm like, yes, please, thank you very much. It doesn't last very long. JBL just called Oklahoma a third world country on commentary.
Oh, JBL. It's good to have him. No, it's not.
Yeah. Sin Hunico does some flip-de-doos. Seb has a second part to his sign, which I didn't see initially. That says, "Did you sneak here illegally? I want you out." which was funny. I got a pop out of that one.
In fairness, right? Can you imagine though?
Because Juan sounds like one tax. Do you get it?
Who's backstage writing these? Because I can't imagine. I mean, do you think Zeb was the one writing these? And who do you think cleared them? Like, because Vince would have gone, "You've spelt that wrong. What's Juan doing in there?" And having like Steph go up to him and go, "No, it's funny. Do you get it?"
I suspect there's a collection of people backstage that had a riot writing these signs, while the Mexican half of the locker room sat there going, "What? You know we're employed, right? Like,
well,
you can't."
Whilst Hoovy and Super Crazy Road on passed on their lawnmowers, going, "Fucking hell, still all of this."
Yeah, fucking A. So, this is a bit like watching Jim Davis in the 1980s, I'm going to be honest. But the wrestling's good. Seb gets pissed at Swagger. So, Seb slaps his boy across the face for some fucking reason. Seb seems to be wearing a pleather waistcoat, keeping that Aces Nate spirit alive.
Well, you know, he would have been a better reveal than D'Lo.
Wasn't he booking TNA at the time?
I don't think so at that time. I think Zeb went in a bit later.
No, I'm making a joke.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's the same year, dude. He's in WWE. Whatever. Hot tag to Ray. 619 lands, but Cesaro gets the better of Sin Cara. You know, the botchy one, not the less botchy. No, the less botchy one, not the botchy one. Sorry. Uppercut, neutralizer, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, took them 7 years after this to give Cesaro a push.
Well, yeah. I mean,
We the people. Zika, baby.
Don't ignore this man from Switzerland who may not be here legitimately either, everybody. Get rid of the Mexicans, but the Swiss, German, Austrian rugby player, whatever nationality they've given him, they're so loose with nationalities, it's ridiculous. But, you know, you say
he's living the American dream. That's okay. He's employed. And I'm like, so are the Mexican kids. They're working, boys. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but their pay comes in a different form.
Yeah, their skin's a funny colour, so it's okay, right, Vince?
Jesus. Yeah. On moving swiftly on to someone else who didn't get a push. Oh, it's Bad News Barrett on the biggest fucking...
Hang on. You've missed a vital part here, Tax. Did you know? Last Friday... I'm still getting over a cold a little bit. I realised my throat's a lot sorer than I thought it was, so excuse me. Did you know, last Friday, I'm going to have to do it in a sultry voice rather than an angry voice. More than twice as many people watched SmackDown compared to the NBA on ESPN.
Did ESPN have an outage? Was ESPN down? Did the basketball finish 3 games early?
But this stat makes me like WWE more than I previously did, so it's okay.
Well, stats do make things work really well. 60% of the time, this podcast is good every time.
Can you deliver the line, please?
What, Sex Panther?
No, you know what's coming up. The thing he says.
I mean, there are so many. I mean, first of all, it's like, Mr. Burgundy, you've got a massive erection.
Oh, for God's sake. Afraid I've got some bad news.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Anchorman. Not Stu Bennett.
I was trying to move on, but it doesn't matter. Barrett, on his tower podium of awesomeness, bangs his gavel endlessly. Gunge all over the shop.
It was a gimmick that he got over, where essentially they were like, just put this guy who's seen...
No pop! I worked hard on that line. No pop, motherfucker. He banged his gavel. Gunged all over the place.
I think
sounds like wanking.
I mean, I was too busy being hard from your sultry voice, so I didn't want to bang my gavel too much.
No, I'm disappointed. I worked hard on that one. I hate you now. So Barrett tells us he's got some bad news, and that news is that Miz and Dolph are going to be wrestling later. And I'm like, factual.
Yeah.
He rips on Cleveland, where both Miz and Dolph are from. They're going to be having a match. It's like the Battle of bloody Cleveland or whatever. Barrett bangs away at his gavel.
Gunges everywhere.
Come on! To finish his promo. Great stuff.
Oh, fucking hell. Then we get a nice promo for the Monday Night Wars thing on the network.
Stop skipping over my funny shit.
I hope it's better than the gavel line.
You can take a man out of Brit Rest, but you can't take the Brit Rest out of the man. Come on.
Oh, fucking Brit Rest. Continually disgracing himself with fucking LDN wrestling. Jesus Christ.
Is that still a thing?
Let's move on before they try and set out more fake legal threats.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Cole tells us we're about to launch the WWE Network. They do a sneak peek of the Monday Night Wars. And I'm like, fuck that. You want the World of Wrestling podcast series, the formation of the NWO series. Trust me, you'll love it. I feel sorry for our American friends having to deal with Peacock and not having the network anymore. That's proper shitty.
Do they not pay less money for Peacock, our American friends?
Yeah, but they don't get half the stuff we do and they can't search. There's no search feature. It doesn't work.
Oh, just like the Fight TV app, the Fight app when you download it on a smart TV. Because
Yeah, that's not a good app, is it?
no, because when I watch Dynamite, I might watch the first half on my phone while I'm at work, going through the morning emails, etc. Definitely working, reading the emails, not watching Dynamite. And then I go, oh, I'll watch the second half at lunch. I'll go and watch it on my TV. That would be nice. Sit down. Oh, fuck, I've got to press 30 seconds forward 120 times to get there. It's like, oh, my days.
My biggest issue with the app is that it's the indexing is absolutely awful. It's impossible to find what you want a lot of the time. But the other thing is that they have no moderation in their chat whatsoever. So, like, if you actually read the chat, it's endless sexist, racist, like horrible shit, and they do not moderate in any way, shape, or form. And I'm like, that's not okay. That's really not okay.
Several Brit Rest promoters might be in there then. That's probably where they've all gone and hidden.
Exactly. It's very carny. Like, I don't want to badmouth them too much. Give me free access to AEW. Kind of work for them. But they could improve their service.
However, it does have OWE on it, so that's always good. And as a side note on the Fight Network, when they were recording all their sets in Cambodia, at the last episode of their run at this Cambodian bar, Michael Nebe says, I want to say thank you to all of our viewers. We want you to come over to Cambodia. Like, there are 20 of you watching. I'd like you to all come over to Cambodia. I'll pay for you. I can't pay for your flight, but I'll pay for your accommodation, your beers, your food while you're here, as a thank you to you for the Sean McMahon debacle. And it's a bit like, I love the fact that OWE are brutally honest, and Michael Nee, Torito, it's brutally honest. It's like, we're on Fight. How many people are watching your product? Oh, about 20 people.
It's good stuff. So New Orleans WrestleMania video package is coming up. WrestleMania is 69 days away. Nice.
Fuck it.
R-Truth versus Fandango with Summer Rae is up next. Xavier Woods on commentary. He goes, he's R-Truth's buddy on commentary. I think that's how Cole introduces him. I'm like, storytelling. Well done, Cole. You're just the best at it, aren't you?
We have just come back off the, Woods has been taking Brodus Clay's entrance music, Dance of the Funkadactyls, and Truth has been saving him. Because why would R-Truth save Xavier Woods, Vince McMahon? Because they're friends. Why are they friends? They're
Nothing else is the same. Nothing else. No other reason.
But Woods was complaining on commentary about not being in the Rumble. I thought that was quite an interesting thing that, Woods, supposed to be a babyface, complaining. That's quite a heel thing to do.
Gonna be honest, didn't even notice that because I was way too distracted by NXT's Emma is at ringside with a sign that we're apparently not allowed to read. Emma is doing her pointy hand dance thing. It is barely acknowledged by commentary, or indeed the wrestlers or fans. What the hell is this?
Cole does say, oh, there's Emma from NXT again, dancing.
Back to the match. How are you? It's so weird, isn't it? Like, why call her up if you're just going to stick her in the crowd and do nothing with her in any way, shape, or form?
See every other NXT call-up.
Well, okay. Commentary quiz Woods on him studying for his degree. Woods tells us he's going to teach autistic kids. I'm like, okay. I honestly forgot there was a match going on. I then got a text, which I responded to. R-Truth does a flatliner.
And that was it.
Who better than Canyon Tax? Who better?
Nobody. Oh, Little Jimmy.
1, 2, 3. The winner is R-Truth, apparently. And we all move on. Randy Orton walks backstage because WCW 2001. At least he is showing off the belts.
Well, don't worry, everybody, because everyone's favourite Divas title video holder, Brad Maddox, is here.
He likes to show off belts too.
It's interesting that it's been Woods then Maddox. So yeah, that's going well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brad Maddox is in the ring.
Or
The true
after he got fired, Mad Braddocks is what he renamed himself on the Indies.
Nice.
Oh, well done, Brad.
So he's in the ring, the true rated R superstar. I stole that line from Blampied.
Because he had sex on camera with
Brad
a lady.
Maddox is apparently the Raw GM. I'm like, what the fuck? We're 3 weeks in. Didn't know this.
Because Vince McMahon high-fived and went, yes, I'd do it if I was allowed to. Linda won't let me. You're going to be the GM of Raw.
Where did this come from? Why is he the Raw GM?
Well, remember he screwed CM Punk with the low blow.
Him too, eh?
Yeah.
Couldn't resist.
Right in the low blow area. And then he nailed Paige in the breadbasket.
Jesus.
He wasn't there. And
Would have been funny.
And I was that guy who stabbed John Cena in the club in that Carlito storyline. Wasn't that Jesus? Back in the day?
You reference this a lot. I barely remember that.
That's because it didn't last long. But the whole idea was Cena was off to record his first movie and someone stabbed John Cena in a club and it was probably Nikki Bella's husband. But it was probably...
It was stabbing?
Yeah, Cena got stabbed.
I have to rewatch this at some point. Maybe next storyline, hey?
Can you imagine?
Stabbing of John Cena. That's a headline. That'll get clicks.
That's the industry we're in now.
So Orton out. Cole and JBL pushing the Wyatts interfering, helping Orton retain versus Cena angle, which is fair enough. That's what happened at the Rumble. Randy grabs the mic and goes, "The champ is here." Orton reads his script like a good boy, a snake boy. Somebody give the sound guy a heads up to mute the crowd, because here comes Batista. There's a really good joke about dick sizes and Orton being a dick here, but I'm too tired to work out.
Orton's a dick. There you go. There's your joke. Job done.
Big Davey does his little promo. Generic, I'm back to win. Generic, I'm going to win this. Generic, nothing will change. Blah, 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 blah. But Brock's music hits. And I'm like, what? I have a quick question.
Yes.
Who's got the better theme tune? Brock Lesnar or Dave Batista?
Brock Lesnar.
Batista's
only got a good theme song because they showed Woods at Mania mimicking his entrance, and he's got pyro. Brock Lesnar, every time his music hits, because it's been the same theme song throughout his whole career, it gets people up, it gets people electric, they know what's going to happen, whereas Big Dave... Mana, mana, everyone loves saliva, mana, mana, no they don't.
But Batista has a machine gun.
So does Machine Gun Kelly, but he doesn't use it.
No, he doesn't have a machine gun. What are you talking about?
It's in his name. That's false advertising. If it was a gun called Kelly, it would be fine. But it's just a man who can't rap for shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he did all right in the girlfriend department, though. So,
no idea who his girlfriend is.
Oh my God, what's her name? Lead in first Transformers movie. You don't watch movies.
Something Green? No, that's not it.
Megan Fox. There you go.
Yep, Something Green.
Perfect.
The Hulk?
Heyman with Heyman in tow. Brock Heyman with Heyman in tow. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman on tow. Gets the pyro treatment. I'm like, oh, awesome. Heyman gives Maddox two choices. Either Brock gets a shot at Orton for the straps, or Brock gets a shot at the faux #1 contender, Batista. Yeah, he's not really the #1 contender. It's good stuff.
Option 3, can he also have a shot at Paige?
Brock wants the authorities' answer tonight, or else. Heyman's good, isn't he?
He went for a phase after this. So when he did the last run with Brock before COVID hit, the promos were getting very much the same, other than Brock in the bank with the ghetto blaster gimmick. And then Heyman started rocking out. That's the only difference at that time. But yeah, this time Heyman is a real breath of fresh air.
He just can deliver a punch really, really well, like a figurative punch, not a literal one. I'd realize we're talking about wrestling. That might be a bit confusing, but you know what I mean, like a comedy punch or a theatrical point or whatever. He always just gets across what he needs to very, very well.
It's almost like it's important to have managers in pro wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. And tag teams and stuff, you know, but whatever. Or indeed humans.
Nah,
Puppets,
don't need humans.
Yeah, apparently not. Man, I'm struggling. Right. Orton freaking out. Batista stands alone, gawping at Brock. Good stuff. The Battle of Cleveland is up next. Oh, joy. It's The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Sports.
Hooray.
So, both these lads are faces.
Wait, what? Miz's face?
Yeah. Miz is a face at this time. At least he is in this match. They're in Cleveland. He's from Cleveland. He's a face. He acts like a face.
New orange trunks for him today as well.
Yeah, because it's the Cleveland sports team colours.
Go Sports.
Well, this is a waste of fucking time, wasn't it? A brief Cleveland sucks chance breaks out in Cleveland, which was funny. These lads do headlocks, a few strikes, a few attempts at a finisher, zigzag, yawn, 1, 2, 3.
Was this the time they were trying to pitch Miz with Flair?
Yeah,
this time.
who gives a fuck? Probably. I'm not sure.
Well, if you were that disinterested in this match, it's a good thing we've got a great tag match next.
Next up, we have a tag team match of main event Jimmy and Jey Uso, fuck yeah, versus Kurt Axel and Ryback.
Quick one on the Usos. I didn't watch SmackDown, but I did see the part of Roman chastising the Uso, and he goes, "I'm Jimmy, bro. I'm Jimmy Uso," and he goes, "I don't care." So this is the best. Basically,
good stuff.
Dressing down and then not caring which one is which, and I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, like the Roman stuff is really, really good. I wish they knew how to book it properly and follow it up, but whatever. Recently retired Ryback and his main event.
Hang on, has he got rid of those? Has he got rid of those trolls yet? Because it's a nightmare having all the people from like Trolls. What is it? Queen Poppy, Branch, all the trolls upsetting Ryback.
That went over my head a little bit.
That was a movie reference.
Queen Trolls? What?
To Trolls, the movie.
I haven't seen Trolls, the movie.
Well, you are
I'm
missing
an
out.
Adult. Sorry, I have a kid. I watch plenty of kids' movies. What am I talking about? JBL talks about the renaissance of the WWF Tag Team division, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
The champions
it's in
are the
NXT.
New Age Outlaws
Yeah.
in 2014. You fucking prick.
Well, if you're not down with that, they've got 2 words for you. Go home.
Perfect Cito? Are those 2 words? I don't know. So Ryback and Perfect Cito are literally wrestling a fucking match. It's just like, who cares?
What a descriptor. They are wrestling a fucking match.
Yeah, like why? Why are they allowed to do this? It offends me. Jay eventually gets the tag to Not a Bitch Jimmy Uso. Super kick party. Jimmy connects with D. It was just rough sex. I promise, Mr. Officer, sir. I didn't mean to smother and smack her about for those few hours. She fell. I promise. For the 1, 2, 3. And the winners are the Usos. I say Us, you say oh.
Oh, prison.
Oh man, I wrote that joke. I was like, can I read that? And I was like, yeah, it'll be fine.
So far, we've had a bit of story in a promo. Then we've had a tag match where there's no connotations or importance. We then have Truth and Fandango, no story. Miz and Dolph, no story. Ryback's and the Usos, no story. Maybe we'll get onto a match next where we'll have a story.
So Kofi's in the ring. Replay his leap from the guardrail to the apron. Genuinely quite a long jump, quite impressive. He's wrestling. I didn't kidnap her. I promise. She fell into my car, Mr. Officer.
Wait, AAA are booking me. It must be fine.
Yeah. Are they actually booking this cunt?
No, but someone else in Mexico is, and unfortunately,
I thought it was independent.
he's wrestling
Go on.
Andrade on it.
Yeah, not good. Not a good look, especially with the whole AEW connection now. But
I also like the idea where they booked him and gone, well, he's not going to be sentenced yet.
yeah, weird. So I wasn't a fan of his matches at the time. Certainly a struggle to watch them now. Albert of the River is here. Crowd rebel against this match from the start, chanting for the commentators. They don't give a fuck. It's like a mini version of the Ascension Ceremony night, you know?
This was bollocks.
Yeah.
At least they gave this match time to be elongated, boring bollocks for 13.5 minutes.
Yeah, fucking A. The match goes on and on and on. Del Rio does the gimmick, the top face in the company, but in Spanish. And I'm like, how is this okay?
The story going into this is that Kofi has beat Del Rio, and Del Rio is annoyed that he keeps losing to the undercard. We've seen Del Rio lose to Sin Cara, so that's embarrassing enough. And then he seems to think that losing to Kofi, 7 years later, he gets a push. Well, technically, 5 years later, Kofi gets a push at this stage. It's just shit, isn't it?
Yep. Albert of the River does stiff as fuck shit. He's just.
But enough about his sexual relationships. What about in the ring?
He does the Warriors Way bollocks, which looks absolutely fucking terrible. Mediocre kick for the 1, 2, 3. River Albert wins. This Raw is way too long, is a note I put here. We're only an hour and 18 minutes in, and I'm like, the last 3 matches have been pretty bad.
At least they've been like 4 or 5 minutes. This being 13.5 minutes was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. This really wore me out at this point. Like, I'm trying not just to bitch and moan about it and try and get to the fun bits, but yeah, pretty bad. WWE 2K14 ad. Apparently Rick Rude has nipples the same size as his head.
Standard.
Virgil doesn't get his WWE music, just copyright free stuff. I'm like, oh no, poor Virgil.
Well, that's what happens when you've got that, that fourth man of the NWA money knocking around.
Still owes me a tenner. WWE Tag Team title match. That's a joke from a different podcast. Don't worry. WWE Tag Team title match of the New Age Outlaws, your current WWE Tag Team champions. I reiterate that.
2014.
Your current WWE Tag Team champions, the New Age Outlaws of Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, versus former Tag Team champions Cody Rhodes and Goldust. I appreciate the attempt to mix Cody and Goldust music. They really don't fit though, do they?
No, they passed this to a junior. Just mix this together, put it out on national TV. It will be fine.
Yeah, like I like the attempt to mix, random tag team partners' music to try and make them feel like more of a tag team. But when you're like, doom, wow, it's like, nah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. It's terrible.
What I didn't like, Goldust wasn't wearing gloves. Weird.
Oh, I didn't notice, but that is strange. Apparently the Rhodes Boys demanded this rematch. I'm like, weren't they the former tag champs? Don't they get a rematch? Isn't that the point with WWE? Isn't that a thing?
Hey, haven't we stopped doing rematches at this stage for title bits? Or is that later on in WWE they tried to pull this shtick?
I didn't know they ever stopped doing that, because this is just a thing they do every single fucking time someone loses a belt, isn't it?
Oh, wasn't that the thing they said when they went, like the McMahons all came out and said, we're listening to you, we know you're not happy, we're not going to have any more title match.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. They're just taking the piss whenever they do those segments. They've done that so many times. They come out and be like, oh, we're going to start doing this, we're going to start doing that, or whatever. And you're just like, nah, dude, you do it for like a week or two, and then you just go straight back to what you were doing previously. It's bullshit.
This match is shit.
Goldust looks like a sad Goldust.
He's back into the realms when he turned into like head shrinker Goldust and started wearing like the fake cone tits.
Yeah.
And the BDSM Goldust after the original Goldust departed the character run.
What I like to call drug heavy Goldust. I think he was clean at this point, but in like 98, 99 when he started doing the Marilyn Manson-esque gimmick with Luna Vachon and stuff,
Ahmed Johnson's favourite cock handler, Goldust.
What? What's that from?
When they were feuding, and like even they had Goldust being like this androgynous character, because that's what Vince McMahon kept on saying on commentary. Androgynous.
You weren't allowed to be gay in '98.
When he ran his hands down Ahmed Johnson's stomach to make it uncomfortable, and I don't know if he was just trying to basically rib him, but then he just like ran his hand over Ahmed Johnson's cock whilst he was lying on the stretcher, and Ahmed Johnson basically got up and just flung the stretcher up.
I don't remember that specific moment, but it seems to have stuck with you.
Well, I love watching other men touch other men's willies. It makes me feel happy.
Good stuff. Can't wait to meet in person again. So Road Dogg does the intro. Oh, you didn't know? Da 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 da. Your ass better call somebody. I'm like, hang on. He just walked out without a microphone, and the intro is still going. They dubbed the intro. He didn't do it live.
Magic.
Your current tag team champions can't even do their own fucking shtick anymore. I'm like, what?
They can't have Road Dogg getting gassed doing his entrance when he's got a match to do.
Unbelievable, man. So Road Dogg and Billy Gunn do the Jesus-friendly version of the Old Age Outlaw stuff. Road Dogg tells a great joke. We're the tag champs because we're the best at what we do.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with past relations. Hey Tax, welcome to Monday Night Talk about anything that isn't the match happening in the ring, featuring JBL, Lawler and Michael Cole.
Thank fuck for that, because this match would have been shit without this. And it's a good thing this didn't make it any better whatsoever.
Yeah, fucking A. Heel work by the Outlaws. Rose Boys are pretty bloody good. But with what they've got to work with, yeah, it's what it is. Goldust takes the head. Hot tag to Cody. Never mind that shit. Here comes Brocky.
Here comes the pain. Here comes the pain.
F5s to the Road Boys. Schmoz. Heyman promo. Steph and Hunter chose option number 3. Brock versus no one. So Brock smash.
Good thing he took out some really tough opposition.
Yeah. I mean, kind of effective storytelling, if we're being nice.
Gets the point over that Brock's pissed off that he hasn't got his title match, which is very important, especially at this time where there's only one big main title because they've just unified them at TLC, so that's good. And it does then start giving the questions, because we like to fancy book at Mania time. Well, if they're going to if they're doing Orton and Batista in the main, and they'll do CM Punk versus Triple H or Dragon versus Triple H, who's Brock going to fight? Are they going to make it a triple threat between Brock, Randy, and Batista, like OVW style? So at least, as you said, it got you thinking. The Authority have got to deal with Brock terrorizing everyone. And I like this version of Brock. Turn up, beat the shit out of people, leave.
You know when Brock does the F5 to Goldust? So he hits Cody first, does it to Goldust afterwards. He shouted something. Did you get what he shouted? I rewound this clip 20 times and could not make it out.
I did not.
It's something along the lines of, get me a sausage or something like that. But it's obviously not that. But it's like he has a line he's meant to shout, but he's so into the moment that he just shouts garbage almost.
Get Ahmed sausage.
So it's 2014. WWE is still calling its female competitors divas.
You can look, but you can't touch.
You know how people go on about, how AEW don't highlight women enough, or haven't highlighted women enough until recently, I would say. People talk like WWE are like saints or something. And I'm like, bro, I'm watching shows from 2014, which is 6 years ago. It's not that long ago. And this is the bullshit they were putting on TV.
Not until you got to that triple threat between Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha did they actually start taking it seriously. Because obviously you had that whole accidental where Paige trolled them and go, we'll call ourselves the Sorority Sisters. Google it, fans.
Submission Society.
Submission Society, sorry.
Submission Society, Sorority, something like that. Whatever it was. Yeah, that was good shit. So, it's 1994? No, it's 2014. We have a women's match coming up, so Divas match indeed. So obviously, it's an 8-person tag team match of AJ Lee. Let's go boo or yay, okay? AJ Lee.
Yay.
Oksana.
Yay! Everyone's favourite Lithuanian wrestler.
Alicia Fox.
Eh,
Tamina Snuka.
what's your dad doing?
She fell, I promise. Brie Bella.
Yay! Brie mode!
Nikki Bella.
Slag.
Let's go Naomi
Funky's on a roll.
and Cameron.
Someone's in her hole.
So the match starts. 10 seconds of awkward wrestling later, Naomi smacks her bum into the champion AJ Lee, pins her for the 1-2-3. And the winners are the faces, I think. Dance like a whore. You're a woman. Dance like a whore for me. That's what I want after the match. Dance like a fucking whore.
Well, remember, Naomi's finish at this time was called the Rear View, and it was 5 minutes long, which is like 10 times longer than most Divas matches.
Bruh, how is this match 5 minutes? It felt like 2 seconds.
That's because you just enjoyed watching the arse to face of a lady to a lady. That's what
Did
I'm
you
saying.
include the intros, like the entrances and stuff?
No,
Who am I kidding? They're women. They don't get entrances.
my notes this basically goes, off to Alicia, who gets caught with a face buster from Nikki, but she comes back with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker or something. The fans are silent for most of this.
Perfect way to sum it up. It's like she attempted a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Something else happened, but you know, it was a good attempt.
What I will say is that it's great to see that the quality of in-ring competition for the ladies in WWE has improved significantly since Sarah Del Rey got involved in the training.
Yeah, sure. It's not been great recently.
Well, that's
2021.
that's because all of the top tier female talents have turned around and done this, and they've gone, what? Becky's gone and had a baby? Brilliant. We're definitely going to go and do that then, because Vince can't have a meltdown about it because it's modern time. We can still come back and do it. But, you know, I know what you're thinking. And you're thinking, what the hell ever happened to Oksana? Well,
Please tell me you've got a retrospective.
I have. So,
Amazing.
Oksana, she was born on the 29th of April 1982, so she's currently 39 years old in Lithuania, but she resides in Tampa, Florida in the United States.
Okay, cool.
She debuted in ring in September 2009 and retired on the 12th of June 2014. She began her career as a bodybuilder at the age of 13. At the age of 17, she was the youngest participant in the Arnold Classic. During her time as a bodybuilder, she won 3 bodybuilding amateur world championships, 2 silver and 1 bronze. So she didn't win; she just got medals. I don't know why I wrote that. So
close to winning.
Yeah, she signed for FCW. She became queen of FCW and won the FCW Divas title, and was also the first woman to hold both these titles simultaneously. In September 2010, she competed in the best ever series of NXT Season 3, where she finished 4th place. She debuted on the main roster in August 2011.
Wow. She was here for 3 years.
And remained with the company until she was released in June 2014. Now, would you like me to tell you about some of her notable feuds?
Oh, please do. This is why I'm here for a podcast.
Well, she debuted on Raw on the 31st of October, Halloween, and competed in her first match, a Divas Halloween Costume Battle Royal. But she was eliminated. She won her first singles match 4 months later against Natalya. In April,
she won a match. I'm surprised, honestly.
Oh, well, don't worry, because this is little, people probably won't remember this. So another 3 months passed after she beat Natalya. In April of 2012, she began a storyline relationship with Tony Cesaro.
I remember that.
Which made her a heel.
I do remember.
Tony and Axie lost a mixed tag match to the Great Khali and Layla. At SummerSlam, she was at ringside when Cesaro won the US belt. But then, later that year, imagine this, the 21st September, it was SmackDown. Cesaro split up with her after she inadvertently distracted him and cost him a non-title match defeat to Santino Marella. Oh dear.
Storytelling. It's good, isn't it?
Don't worry, because then we fast forward to Night of Champions, where Caitlyn was attacked by a mystery person with blonde hair. Weeks later, it was revealed to be Oksana attacking her under Eva Torres's rule. I've got many more of these sort of storylines, but I won't. I won't carry on. Other than the amazing tag team with Alicia Fox, where they called themselves, that's right, WWE booking, Foxana.
Wow. That sounds like something else. I'm going to Foxana you right into the ground.
Come on, Paige, let's get that Divas title and go and get good Foxana on.
So, how do you follow up this amazing segment?
There was a video showing the history of WrestleMania on the WWE Network.
Yeah, and our next Hall of Fame inductee is announced as Jake the Snake Roberts.
And then Christian is returning to Smacky D.
Good stuff, innit? So 28 days until Mania and the launch of the WWE Network, and I was like, hang on, wasn't it 69 earlier?
Well, I think it's 28 days to the launch of the network and 69 days until Bradley Mad. I mean WrestleMania.
He literally says 28 days until WrestleMania and the launch of the WWE Network. I'm like, hang on, that's not what you said earlier because I said nice.
Hang on, was that 28 days until the video of the history of WrestleMania?
It could be. I wasn't really paying attention. Time for your main event of the evening. An Elimination Chamber qualifying 6-person tag team match. Sorry, 6-man tag team match. It's 2014 after all. Daniel Bryan, John Cena, it's a shame for fame. Sheamus versus The Shield of Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Yabba-dee! And his name is John Cena. Ba, 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 ba.
Yabba dabba doo! Ba 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 ba!
Cleveland is obviously full of no fun morons because they cheered John Cena in 2014. Well, mostly. Or it's good editing on the network.
They're doing their job. They're cheering for the good guys, booing for the baddies. Fuck you, Progress
It's 2014. We're meant to boo John Cena. That's the fun bit.
No, this is progress level shit.
It's a shame for Fame loves the head. Love it. Really wish he'd... Imagine he comes out at, like, you know, a SummerSlam for like an Intercontinental match or something as a face. It's a shame for Fame. The whole crowd would go mental, I think. But whatever.
Followed by Drew coming out to his original music as well if they fought each other at SummerSlam. Drew,
go on, sorry.
Drew Sheamus at Wembley at SummerSlam.
Oh, that'd be
with their
awesome.
original entrance themes, beating the tar out of each other. That'd be nice. Shame I wouldn't go because, you know, I'm going to save my money for AEW.
You know, it'd be better. Puck versus Cody in Wembley Arena.
You know, it'd be better. Puck versus anyone not Cody at Wembley Arena.
But Cody would come out doing the Mr. America stuff, and we can be like, "Oh, you fucking cunty yank!" You know, it'd be really fun.
Don't be a wanker.
We get to be nationalistic for a night, and it's okay.
We'll wear our Tex Williams Brexit t-shirts.
I love how Sheamus is obviously a natural heel, but he's Irish, and so's Vince, so has to push him as a face, obviously.
I like the fact that me and Sheamus have the same skin colour. We're both very pasty, and we don't like the sun.
Mate, until I spent the last few days in the sun, I was the same, man. Like, you know, a year indoors will make you pretty bloody white. Dragon is just... It's Cleveland. It's not the most exciting crowd in the world, and he is over as all fucking hell, even here, man. Like, what kind of fucking moron thinks that it's the chant that's over and not the guy?
Well, you know, I'd like to try and justify it, but as we've said already on this show, there's a lot of weirdness going on in the booking and backstage. But WWE are going with what we've always said. Unfortunately, it's the same thing as movies, books, films, blah, blah, blah. They started this show very, very strong. The crowd are into it. And they're starting it, they're ending it really strong. But what's the common denominator in both those segments? The Shield. Wait, what?
Random vignette for Christian coming back from DNA. No, to SmackDown. On Sci-Fi. Forgot about this. Forgot they were on Sci-Fi for a while. Weird, isn't it?
Wasn't that just a one-off where there was some sports happening on the other network? So ECW was on Sci-Fi at the time, so they were like, we'll put it on Sci-Fi then.
You might be right, yeah. I seem to remember there was a run on Sci-Fi, but maybe I am thinking ECW. I've not got a good memory. That's why I have lots of notes. Signs of dissension between the Shield. They're quite good at playing it up, you know, Ambrose going to business for himself, you know. I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about here before we go into the match was how much Sheamus have you watched in 2021?
0.
Okay, I would say he's probably having the best matches in WWE week to week right now.
This is what I've seen online, because he's just allowed to go and fight. He's allowed to be,
Yeah.
by the sound of things, a bruiser. He's allowed to be aggressive. I think having the matches with Drew, where leading up to Mania, I suppose I did do a bit of Sheamus leading up to Mania, because obviously I did see the Drew and Sheamus bits, because at one time it looked like it might be Drew versus Sheamus at Mania, but they pulled the trigger very early on that. Having those two being allowed just to be like, right, we need to get Drew out of the title picture heading into Mania, and then let these two beat the shit out of each other. I think it just made people realise that Sheamus can go.
Yeah.
And also letting him
gone.
wrestle in a vest top. You know, everyone likes to wrestle in like street clothes.
I like his little pork pie hat as well. I'm going to be honest. I think it's really kind of like cheeky gangster sort of thing, you know?
I'll get you one.
No, don't do that. Whatever you do, I'll never wear it.
Too late.
So people are really excited about this potential New Japan links and stuff. Like, there's been talk about potentially Dragon being involved in something between WWE and New Japan, which I think will be very minor if it does happen. And especially with AEW as well. Potentially there's something there as well. But I can't help but need to find the way to express my need to see Sheamus in 2021 wrestling Minoru Suzuki. Like, can someone make this happen for me, please? Because this is just going to be one of the stiffest fucking matches of all time. Like, it's one of those things where, like, you genuinely would be like, okay, someone might get hurt, which is kind of exciting when it comes to pro wrestling, I'm going to be honest.
It would be quite a hard-hitting match, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Also, if Sheamus was allowed to use his original entrance music and Suzuki's got his current entrance music, the fans would erupt with singing. It would be amazing.
Sure. But it's not 2021. There are crowds. It's 2014. He's still stiff as a horse, and no one seems to really care. He's just kind of hurting people. It's kind of odd.
Good boy, Shamo. Sheamus, the first social media wrestler.
What do you mean?
Sheamus was ahead of his time because he would use MySpace to get bookings and promote things and get himself around. He was the first wrestler, I think, through speaking to various people, who really, really pushed that social media usage to get himself over.
Cool.
If anyone ever interviews him in your line of work, before, double check. I'm pretty certain that's from memory that it was Sheamus who did that. It might be worth a bit of a research because, it's a question I don't think he will get asked that often.
Yeah, I'll definitely try and remember it. Like, I've got a terrible memory, so I can't promise anything, to be honest. But
I love the fact that you've said that about 50 times on the pod this week.
Yeah,
I've got a terrible memory. It's almost like you're tired. You've got the stresses of moving house. You've recently been married and you're recovering from a cold.
Yeah, it's honestly the week of the cold after everything. I remembered having a phone call with my dad. I spoke to him yesterday and was like, Dad, I don't remember what I said. Like, was I making sense? And he was like, kind of. I was like, okay, good stuff. That's strange. So crowd, just to clarify, Sheamus does tend to be around whenever we do WWE interviews with the main roster guys, because obviously he's Irish and so is in the area. I think it's a nice excuse to head to Ireland or wherever his family is, So when they've done like W2K, however many interviews in the past, they once had like a London tour bus. Luke interviewed him on that. It was actually a really good interview. I remember editing some of it. And so yeah, he does one of those guys that's always around. So I'll try and remember, man, because it's genuinely interesting. It'd be fun to find out,
But back to this lovely match, which actually has some decent wrestling in it, because obviously Dragon's in here, but the other players were also quite good. It was a very good wrestling match, genuinely. I don't know if it's because of the shit that I'd watched leading up to this, or because this was actually a very good match, but I really enjoyed this. This was really good.
There's a really good bit where Roman wanks his fist and JBL gives a classic line. He goes, "His cock is loaded." I was like, whoa, okay, JBL. Cena takes the heat, which I thought was really fun.
Something different because he knows he's
Yeah.
not in the main event heading into this Mania.
Yeah, I wondered how this came about. It seems odd, but it works. It's also, it puts over the Shield strong. It makes them look good. They're beating down John Cena. This is impressive stuff.
I would also go with whoever's producing this match. Big match. John went, look, Dragon is the guy we need to get over. We need to get the Shield over as top heels for whatever they're going to do next. And I guarantee you that John Cena offered up saying, I'll take the heat.
Yeah, he's always seemed like a genuinely decent human being.
Unless he had to lose to the Nexus.
So, presentation of the Shield as top guys. It's really good. It's like all three, less Ambrose, are capable of getting the better of top faces like Cena regularly.
Would you say, and I know this is quite a bold statement, would you say that the Shield is the best ever call up from NXT?
I guess it has to be.
Better than Becky?
The thing is,
Better than
Becky's call
Charlotte?
up took such a long time, and I think it was a mistake that she got over almost. You know, I don't think they wanted to make her the star like she ended up becoming. I think she did that herself.
Had Nia not busted her face, I don't think it would have worked.
It's like she benefited from circumstance almost. The Shield, it always felt like there was a plan. Again, less for Ambrose, but definitely for Roman and definitely for Seth. Like Seth's run as a heel with Triple H and stuff. That was bloody brilliant. That was a really good little run.
Obviously, I enjoy Punk speculating that the Shield was his idea when he
Was
wanted
it
to
was
have
him?
it was
Mox and
it was
Hero,
Mox,
wasn't it?
Ambrose, and Hero. Mox, Rollins, and Hero. Yeah, but they said no Hero. Put in Roman Reigns.
I mean, it's worked out, I guess, is the simplest way we can put it.
Yeah, Chris Hero's done really well. Which is someone needs to book the Kings of Wrestling. Someone needs to give me Kings of Wrestling versus the Young Bucks. Kings of Wrestling versus anyone.
Where is Hero? Is he in NXT UK still?
No, he's been long gone. I think he's now got a podcast, and that's it. I don't know what Hero's up to.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. FU by Cena to Mox. Let Cena make the hot tag to Dragon. Really cool moment. Daniel Bryan does his John Silver, Shawn Michaels spot. You know, he's on fire, sort of running around, killing everyone. It's great. Everyone gets some fun spots in. STFU from Cena to Reigns. Reigns breaks the grip of John Cena, and you're like, whoa, that's some strong booking.
Especially after the Rumble run that Reigns had as well.
Like, you can see that Vince has gone, this is our guy, right here. In 2014, Vince is like, he's going to win everything from now on, okay, guys?
Vince gunging, or not gunching, I don't know what that is, gunging all over himself.
Are you a booker, man? Do you not know how to finish your match? Wyatt's jump in to do some brawling.
Cena, my son.
The schmoz was kind of obvious. You know, this is how it was going to end. And it's kind of bullshit.
Oh, but I still thought it was clever for the future setup.
Yeah. I like my wrestling to have finishes. I really, really do. But I understand why and how this fits into the storyline and stuff. But I do like that AEW doesn't do this to us all the time, you know?
This had its place, though. I agree with you.
In
a main event, unless it's supposed to further a story, you need a clear-cut winner. But
again, this is coming back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show. This is me going, I'm so frustrated with 2021 WWE that seeing a non-finish like that in a main event is just so infuriating, because I don't know if you know this, but there's a stat which is floating around at the moment, which I think in 2021 it's 41% of WWE matches didn't have a finish.
And people wonder why I keep saying it's either up for sale or it's going to go the same way as WCW, because we are in WCW 2000 territory with WWE right now. But this match, everyone looked strong. Dragon came and made the hot tag, so he was the hot babyface. The Shield looked amazing because they got to beat over Cena. The fact that when Sheamus came in and bro kicked Dean Ambrose, and Rollins takes Sheamus down and things like that. That whole sequence, everyone
yeah.
was strong, and then they gave a reason for what happens in a few weeks' time, which I
So,
really liked.
yeah, so Wyatt's jump in, attack the good guys. So Shield get pissed off as the winners are announced via disqualification as Cena, Dragon, and Sheamus, meaning those guys are going to go into the chamber match and not the Shield.
Which is why they had to have the chamber stip, because if it was just they've interfered, the Shield have lost nothing. They've just had their opponents beaten up more, and they could probably pick away at the pieces. Whereas now they've lost a golden ticket.
Sure. I would prefer it. I know this is fantasy booking territory. That, Wyatt stuff goes blip, 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 or whatever, and then Cena quickly rolls up Ambrose. You know what I mean? What do you lose here by actually giving yourself a finish? You know what I mean? Rather than just having the run in, the DQ, blah 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 blah. I think the point I'm getting to is that I don't mind a bit of bullshit. I don't mind a bit of storytelling. Just give us a finish. Let someone win. Let someone lose. Like, I just wish they would do more of that.
Yes, but if then Ambrose lost, the Shield have lost, so they've lost momentum, and then it's a case of why did the Shield get distracted by the Wyatts coming out to attack John Cena for the second night in the row? Because obviously it would be a bit weird if all of a sudden they decide they're going to fight the Shield. They've come out to attack John Cena to have something going on there, heading into sort of future plans. And yeah, I just having the Shield, having the heels lose out due to dubious tactics, it was a nice twist for me. So I agree with you. I like having good finishes, but for me, this really works well. And as the match was good leading up to it, I don't mind.
Yeah. There's a little bit of an issue in that it's heels Wyatts have pissed off heel Shield.
But with Roman getting the fan reaction that he was at the Rumble as he started to eliminate all those people, we've got the dissension. It started the turn.
Yeah, I didn't see that, if I'm honest. I didn't see the Shield becoming faces. I know that they're interesting enough that they would definitely could be over as faces. I can see that happening. Yeah, definitely.
And also they'd run through all the faces.
In what way? In this match, you mean?
No, leading up to this. So since they debuted, they've been heels. They've been through every babyface.
Right. Okay.
So what else have they got left to do? The fans are really into them. They really like Roman because he was starting to get traction. The reaction. I know obviously a lot of his reactions in the Rumble was because Dragon wasn't there, so they was like anyone but Batista. So he was going to get the positive reaction, but he was getting that leading up to it. The Shield were coming across as cool, and that's the problem with heels in the business day, because they become so cool, they become faces.
Yeah, sure. I just I don't know, watching the show, it's like beginning of it was really fun, hot opener, and it's like they spent 2.5 hours kind of beating you down and give you this main event, which granted was good enough, but then give you the non kind of bullshitty schmoz at the end. It was a bit like, okay, I understand why we got here. It's not a fun wrestling show to watch. 3 hours, man. It felt very long.
Definitely not fun to watch. And my main, if I had a gripe or a criticism of this, is that they're trying to build Dragon. They should be trying to build Dragon as the top babyface, but they have the Wyatts attack Cena, not Bryan, who was in the match the night before, so they could have attacked both, but they just attacked Cena. And then it shows going off screen, going off the show, the Shield throwing a hissy fit rather than anything to do with Daniel Bryan being like, right, I've made it to the chamber. Hopefully they'll start addressing things like that in next week's show. But, man, we've almost had 10 years of Raw being 3 hours, and that's why the show is shit.
Yeah, it's a massive issue, isn't it? It's strange in that for this show they achieved what they needed to achieve. They put over the fact elimination is coming up. They pushed the main event. They've told us there's some stuff going on with Brock. We've put our champions on TV. We've highlighted some other talent like Sin Cara and people like that. It's just there's nothing really anything to write home about. It's just we're just taking a step. I wonder whether this is suffering from it's 9 weeks until WrestleMania at this point.
they're in their holding pattern. They need to get through Chamber for most of their storylines, especially now they only have one main title. They can't just do one throwaway feud and one for the Chamber. It's got to go through the Chamber to get there. I also think that...
Do you think that's a problem?
Yeah, definitely. Because then they can't actually start slow burning the build to a main event at WrestleMania. They've got to have their...
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say they've got to have their champion defend at Chamber, which means there's always a point of jeopardy. Similar to the Rumble, you throw all your top stars into one match, meaning there's no other feuds on Raw, because this is what we've seen. We've got a feud at the beginning, Dragon and the Authority. We've got a feud at the end, Cena and the Wyatts, Shield getting involved. Everything else, there's nothing. And because they're building towards the Chamber, there's going to be no other matches built up other than throwaway content, which is why we don't need 3 hours.
Yeah, I keep thinking the last 5 or 6 years at least, probably longer to be totally honest. Why do they keep putting a pay-per-view in between Rumble and Mania? Why not push the Rumble back, for example? You know what I mean? So it's closer to Mania, so you've got less time to waste before you get there. Or why not just spend 10 weeks telling a story on Raw and SmackDown or whatever, leading into Mania? Because it feels like they always have this kind of like this halfway stop-off point that they have to do, which we're forced to do, before we can start doing the WrestleMania storytelling. By that point, it almost feels too late. And so you lose that momentum. And WrestleMania is always fun, generally, but there's this. I wonder whether there's a better way to do this.
But they'll always have it because they need the money. Like didn't they have 2 pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania this year?
They had Fastlane and they had someone else.
They had Fastlane and Chamber.
Yeah, was there a Chamber pay-per-view? I'm trying to think.
Chamber with no fans as well. Ugh.
Yeah, not a great idea.
So it's
not much they can do about that, but I know what you mean. Yeah,
it's all about the money. That's why they do it. And unfortunately, this is what.
But if you put Rumble 5 weeks before WrestleMania, you can put those other 2 pay-per-views first.
Tradition. It's just how they work. It's the calendar. It's the wrestling calendar year.
But if it's ruining the momentum of the story, surely you could try and do something different rather than just going, "Oh, this is what we do. Well, fuck it." You know.
I speculate from this point in 2014 to now, Vince McMahon decided this. I've sold a lot of my shares. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do as much as I fucking can to kill this company and see how much money I can make by just being shit. Because I spent all my time and energy being really good in the 90s through to the Attitude Era. And now I'm just pretty tired. Everyone's the same. Triple H has just signed all these cookie cutters from the indies who I don't really like because they all play video games. They're not real men. So all I'm going to do is just put the same shit on TV each week because I can't really be asked. I'm going to phone it in and just get $1 billion TV deals. That's what I do now. I make movies, pal.
Yeah. Maybe they could do like some sort of cinematic pay-per-view in between the two or something different. I'm just trying to think of any solution that would still work for them, that would stop this kind of deadening the story momentums like this. Because it does feel like on this particular show in 2014, they're going to get to Dragon eventually in the main event. But we've got to do these 3-4 weeks, mate. Then we'll tell your story. So we're going to focus on the Shield and Cena and Batista and Orton and these people for a little bit. And we'll keep you on the back burner. We'll keep you relevant enough. But we're not going to focus on you at the beginning and end of the show all the time. You're just going to get bits. And it feels like such a shame. Like I think back immediately to how they built Austin to face Shawn at WrestleMania 14. And I remember watching those Raws for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and going, "Oh, this is incredible!" Because they keep ending on Shawn getting the better of Austin. So when you get to WrestleMania 14, like he's so built up with frustration and anger of Shawn getting the better of him and DX bullshitting their way to always getting the better of Austin, that he's finally going to get that moment and he has to overcome Triple H and China and Mike Tyson and Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon.
And Logan Paul.
It's like I really miss that story. And I don't see it anymore, the WWE. It's been years since I felt that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There isn't, unfortunately.
But they've got it right here. It's in the palm of their hands, which I think is why it's so frustrating for me.
But I wonder again with this, is for the first time in a long time, they notice they're like, we are shit at long-term storytelling now. If we pull the trigger and start building Dragon now, we're going to fuck it up by mid-Feb. So let's just leave it. We're going to do it. We can only tell a 5-week story arc. We can't tell a 10 anymore because we think the fans will lose interest. So what we're going to do is we know we've got it. We know it's hot. But if we touch it now, we fucked up Mania. So we just, like in my job I was saying before we came on the pod, I found a solution and walk away. Are you going to tell us what the solution is? I'll tell you after Chamber, but it's a good one. And also, if they started doing the build now, we'd just be going, oh, wow, Dragon's really good for 10 episodes. Whereas what we're actually going to do for 10 episodes is turn around and go, God, Raw's shit in it. And that's much better for listeners.
Yeah, but this argument of they meant to do this, they meant to make Dragon the underdog, wouldn't he constantly be being beaten up and losing then? And he's not. He's there. He's cutting cocky promos. He's in the face of Triple H. He's almost getting the better of the Shield. Indeed, getting the better of the Shield in the main event because technically he wins the match and gets a spot in the Chamber. And I don't think he's going to get beaten over the next 8 weeks, every single week into the ground. So he actually feels like an underdog.
But that's it. And that's the thing, as you said, because what they're going to do is leading up to Chamber, classic WWE, I predict, because I don't remember what happens in Raw's up to Chamber. But they're going to have him looking strong because classic WWE booking, if you go into a pay-per-view looking strong, you are losing that pay-per-view. And because the fans want it, he's going to get the opportunity to get the belt at Chamber. And they might take it away from him again.
Careful spoiler territory here because I don't remember what happened. So if you know what's going to happen, then
I don't.
Quite
that's
yet.
why I said they might take it away. I can't remember. We've seen.
I thought you were going down that route. So I was like, I'm just going to knock down the head just in case because I do want to semi-enjoy some of this storytelling because we've got 9 weeks left to do.
But the fear of it with chamber matches, because obviously they need to do different things, like the year where Edge took out Kofi running down to the ring and then took his place in the spot. Can he do that, Joey?
Yeah.
It's things like that. Are they going to try and screw him out of it? Because I can't even remember he made it to Chamber. So that's going to be my next run of this. Are they going to put him strong heading into the Chamber? From there, how do we get to Mania? Because I can't remember, but I remember being so invested in this storyline. And both Punk from Pipe Bomb to now was probably the most engaged I've been with WWE since the end of the Attitude Era. So this was a nice thing for me to revisit it. But as we've always said with things like when we go back to the Attitude Era and we start going, actually, was this as good as I remember? Maybe I shouldn't touch this. So far with this little run, what has been nice and warming is that the reaction and how warm I feel towards Bryan Danielson is still there. And the want for him to succeed, to be past that journey. So that's what's really good about this one so far for me. But fuck me, Monday Night Raw. I can't wait to do our next run of shows that isn't 3 hours of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just picking this, guys. I really appreciate you making us sit through these 3 hour Raws. But we know what we're going to get to at least is going to be good. So, well, at least I hope it is. I remember it being good. But you're right. Like, I remember Dragon being over at this time. The few shows we've watched, he is as over as anyone I've ever seen in WWE at least.
Well, if you enjoy this run, like Daniel Bryan, he got a lovely Yes t-shirt. We don't have a Yes t-shirt. We've got some wonderful merch at amazon.co.uk. Just search World of Wrestling Podcast. Grab yourself a t-shirt. Grab yourself a hoodie, because you want a hoodie in this hot weather we're experiencing in the UK. Because if you may be wanting to use it on a spin class to drop a bit of extra weight, sweat it off, chuck the hoodie on. Want to look cool down the beach? Chuck on our Murder Clown inspired t-shirt or our CM Punk tribute t-shirt. Just search World of Wrestling Podcast at amazon.co.uk.
Fucking A. Hold on. Before we go too far into doing the outro, do you want to rate this show? Just as a standalone, as part of the series, don't compare it to modern or old or EW whatever. Just as the show as it is.
I'm going a 3. I'm going a 3 cornflake. It's in the middle. There's nothing that overly offended me to the point of hatred. There just wasn't anything there to excite me. But the main event, really, really good. Opening promo of Dragon and Steph's mic work, really, really good. Zeb Coulter's signs, hilarious. 3 cornflakes.
Yeah, I'm going 2 because I think they can do better. The 2 hours in the middle were, that was boring. Like, there's a few moments that are like, okay, but it's better than Impact, worse than WCW.
Agreed. But I think this is middle of the road. I watched it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that offended me. There's nothing that excited me. So I wouldn't say I could. I mean, as I said, it was a toss-up between 2 and 3. I think I've been a bit unfair, and also I've enjoyed podcasting, so maybe it's got the benefit. Maybe it's got the benefit of me having a nice evening chatting to my friend about
To get like
pro
3-4,
wrestling.
yeah, to get 3-4, it needs a really good match in there with at least a pinfall or something for me. But there isn't on this show, so it is what it is.
And we're probably not going to get it till Mania. So
Yeah, fucking A. Right, so next week we are going to be doing, let me just clarify the date of this particular episode. We are going to be doing
the
the
3rd of
3rd of
February.
February 2014 Raw, if you want to go watch it prior to the podcast. So we're going to try and keep this more regular, because obviously we took a couple of weeks off to get to episode 2. See if we can smash these out, all right?
Hell yeah, I've got it all booked out on my work calendar, so no one will interfere with my Tuesday nights to record this. So when it comes to yours, and again, thanks for jumping back to listen to us. You know, obviously, as Rich said, we've been away for the last couple of weeks. We have missed doing podcasting, and you know, I'm double jabbed now, so it won't be long till you're double jabbed, and soon
Got
we're
my
going to
first one
get to do
Friday.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, jabby jabby. So, where can people find you on social media and your fantastic work that you do?
You can find me at Fanboy Wretch and all across Wrestle Talk and Parts Fun Known and No Rolls Barred. Yeah, we're going to be working with a certain small model company soon. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't say that yet, but it's okay.
Hang on, small model. It's Hornswoggle doing lingerie now.
Definitely. Where can people find you?
I'm best to get in contact with me on Twitter or Facebook at the Tex Williams. This week, work permitting, I will be recording some classic commentary from Pro Wrestling All Stars, the wonderful event of Soul Survivor 2. Soul Survivor is one of my favourite events in the Pro Wrestling All Stars calendar, so I'm very much looking forward to going back to look at Soul Survivor 2, and that should be available on the Powered 4 TV network very, very soon.
Excellent work, man. Right, it's been a pleasure, dude.
Look forward to seeing you next week.
More Enter the Bremo Dragon Triple X. It's going to be fun.
Bremo.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
The louder you guys are, the better the wrestlers will perform for you tonight.
And that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg.
We're tough. We can take it, baby.
You gotta penetrate in the back, baby.
Oh, I can see what you're talking. Wait just a minute.
Bonito!